Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to another countdown video with me, your boy Fifa 1 HD, where we're going to be putting together my top 5 picks for the best gold, regular, high rated strikers that you can buy for under 100k. So I'm not including any informs, any special cards, as I often do those in separate videos. So this is just high rated gold cards that are very desirable that you can get into your teams but under 100k, which is relatively achievable nowadays with all the objectives, etc. However, if you do think that I've missed anyone out or you've got any suggestions, leave that, because I'll always do another video later on, and it's really interesting to see who you guys have used and you have enjoyed basically. So if you do enjoy the video as well, please make sure you hammer the hell out of that like button, hit the subscribe as well if you are new to the channel, and we will get into it now. And we're going to start off with Ibrahimovic. I've picked Ibrahimovic. Obviously he's a mainstay, he's one of the players that has always been popular in so many FIFAs, especially in Ultimate Team. Now his card is declining somewhat as his career sort of winds down, but it's still a very good card, 88 rated overall. The pace will always put people off, and the fact that his dribbling is on the way down is a bit of a shame. You know, in past FIFAs he had much higher dribbling, he had 5-star skills, etc. Now he doesn't, and people are moving away from him a little bit, but I still think he's a great player to use. In the right formation, in the right team, this guy is still very, very good. You do have to worry about his work rates a little bit. Sometimes he is a bit lazy on the pitch, but if you play him in the right way, like I just said, you will have no issues at all, because when he gets an opportunity, he is just so good. And in a strike partnership, I find him very, very good. If you're playing him as your only striker and he does sort of drop back and he does sort of stay around the midfield, that can be very frustrating. But the link-up play between maybe a cam and 2 strikers, for example, works very, very well with Ibrahimovic. That's how I used him, and I found him very, very good. His shooting is very pinpoint and accurate. His dribbling is still OP. He's got great strength, very good aerially, decent range of passing as well. So that hold-up, link-up play is very, very good with Ibrahimovic. We will just have a look at his attribute details now, and as you can see, his attack positioning, finishing, shot power, long shots, I mean everything is so good on the shooting. His passing is also really, really good. Dribbling, amazing apart from the balance. Heading accuracy and strength also very, very good. So for a player that you can definitely pick up for very cheap compared with previous Ibrahimovic cards, and he's still 88 rated, I think this is a very, very good card to go out and get. Now we're going to move on now, and we're going to go to the Serie A, and we're going to put in Dries Mertens. 86 rated, so pretty high rated, with very, very appealing stats to most people. You know, anyone with 90 pace and 89 dribbling is always going to be very, very deadly, especially when you then throw in 82 shooting. In front of goal, this guy is an absolute god. So easy to use. He'll fit into pretty much any formation, any team. He's also in a good league and a good nation, so really desirable. And the fact that you can pick this card up for around sort of 70k, you know, his price does fluctuate. Sometimes it's a little bit higher, sometimes it's a little bit less. I just think that is great value for a card that is really overpowered, very, very good, and just feels great to use. It's always nice using high rated players. It's always nice using, you know, a very good player, and that is exactly what Mertens is. I really rate him. If you haven't tried him, whether you're playing him in your first starter team, even if you don't have a Calcio A team, he's great off the bench as well, because he can play in so many different positions because of that pace and dribbling. If we look at his attribute details, you can see, I mean, there's so much green apart from the defense and physical, but wow, pace amazing, shooting so good, finishing at 85 and attack positioning at 85 are really, really good. Decent long shots and shot power too. Passing and crossing, very decent. Dribbling, really, really overpowered, and goes with that pace so well. So I really enjoy Dries Mertens, and I'm pretty sure you would too. We're going to stay in the Calcio A now, and we're going to put in our highest rated player in this lineup, and that is 90 rated Higuain, a player you can get that's 90 rated for under 100k is unreal. Now, his price does fluctuate a bit. Obviously, you know, SBCs that need high rated teams are always going to mean that this guy is in demand. But you get him as a loan option. That's how I've used him, and I'm definitely going to go out and buy him because I've been so impressed. 79 pace is decent. Similarly to Ibrahimovic, you know, he's not the quickest, but obviously much quicker than Ibra. Decent dribbling again, 83 is very nice. He can use the ball well. He's got decent strength so he can hold it up. But where he really comes into his own is that shooting ability. He can score from anywhere. Great for link-up play. Great heading ability as well. I really enjoyed using this card. Like I said, his attack positioning and finishing are just unreal, which makes his shooting so good. 92 and 91 respectively is insane. That is why he's got that 90 rating, because he is just so good. Always finds good areas to be in, and when he's in there, he finishes every single time. It is so easy to score with Higuain, so I really do recommend that people don't overlook him just because he isn't the quickest, because my god is he so clever with his runs. Shot power and long shots also very good, so if you are closed off and obviously you don't have the pace to maybe go past the defender, you can just shoot from distance, and with Higuain and his attributes that he's got in that attacking sense, he is very good. Dribbling also very neat and tidy, as I mentioned, and heading accuracy really good, so I highly recommend Higuain. We're going to go back to the Premier League now, and we are going to put in another 86 rated player, and that is Harry Kane. One of the cheapest in this lineup. You can get him for around sort of 30 to 40k, which I think is really good. And the way to play with Harry Kane is definitely to use him in maybe a 4-5-1, where he's the only striker but he's got a lot of runners around him, or in a 2 up top, where you can play a lot of people in and around him, because he bounces the ball off them very well. He holds it up, and then he makes very good last minute runs. Really easy to score with this guy from distance and inside the box. Very clinical, very good when it comes to converting chances. There are very few better, and I'll tell you for why. It's because he has 89 attack positioning and 90 finishing, so he feels very similar to Higuain, as we just saw. There are so many similarities between those two cards in that shooting column. Very overpowered Kane is. Obviously he's not quick, and most of these players apart from Mertens aren't very fast, and that's why they are under 100k. But what you get by pairing them up with other quick players in your team is you allow them to do the running, and you allow the players like Kane, like Higuain, Ibrahimovic, etc. to do what they do best, and that is finish. You are paying top dollar for a striker. You want them to convert the chances and make good runs, and that is what all of these cards do, especially Harry Kane. Such a great array of talent. You know, obviously his heading attributes and his strength is really good as well, so he'll score a fair few headers. Really do rate Harry Kane a lot. Now we finish up with our final player, who I'm going to put in now, and he's technically not the highest rated in the world, but 83 is decent and he's very desirable, and that is Mbappe. 90 pace, really quick. 84 dribbling are so good, and then when you throw in the 80 shooting, which feels much higher if I'm being honest, he is one ridiculous card to use. I'm sure many of you will have used this one already, but let me tell you, for those who haven't, this guy is worth every single coin. Very clinical in front of goal, and that is mainly down to the fact that he has 87 finishing. So good in that respect. He's very easy to get in behind. He's got decent attack positioning. It's not as good as some of the other players that we've seen by looking at their attribute details, but he's very easy because of the pace, the dribbling that he does possess. His acceleration and sprint speed, both at 89 and 90, are so good. Means that he'll always get in behind, and like I said, with that finishing at 87, once he's inside that box, anything one-on-one, he'll score. Even though he doesn't have the best long shots and shot power, he will still finish. You know, you can still finish from outside the box, but anything a bit further back, I wouldn't advise taking on. But luckily, you do have that really OP dribbling as well. He's got decent passing, so he can play some nice 1-2s and just get himself that little bit closer to goal, where he will take advantage of some amazing finishing. So, that is my top 5 strikers that you can buy under 100k that have got a nice high rating and very desirable. So I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. If you did, please hit that like button, hit the subscribe as well, of course. And if I have missed out on anyone that you've used, that you thought was really good, maybe Benzema or Cavani, you know, a top high rated striker gold card that you've been using who's done very well for you, let me know in the comments below, as I love hearing what you guys have to say. And peace!